So hello, as I'm recording this, it is October 30th, the day before Halloween. All Hallows Eve, if you will. So I thought today we would do something a little bit different from our usual stuff. Not that we have a super usual stuff, because it's always kind of a mix of random weirdness, but we're going to be watching and reacting to a movie that is a staple of the autumn season, and of course Halloween, and that is It's the Great Pumpkin... And that is It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So yeah, little known fact about me, maybe, is that when I was in my 20s, I, for some reason, became just super obsessed with Charlie Brown, Snoopy, the Peanuts gang. It became like my cozy thing. So I watched this movie and all the other ones quite a lot, but I have not watched It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I have not watched It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown in a few years. Like, it's been a while. So we're gonna watch it and we're gonna react to it and we're just gonna have a nice cozy Halloween time. I wanted to wear something festive for this video, so I rode my little e-scooter down to Spirit Halloween. That location used to be a party city. Rest in peace. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna look around. Maybe I can find like a fun headband or some kind of like not super involved costume-ish thing that I can wear. Long story short, I was not able to find any costume-ish thing. I did get this shirt, which I will move the microphone to show you. It says Easy Bake Coven. And it's too small for me. The only size they had left was an adult small, and I was like, this is fine. This will be fine. Yeah, I normally wear a medium or a large, but I eyeballed it. I'm like, yeah, this will be fine. It's not fine. It's very tight. So yeah, so I probably won't be wearing this much in my daily life unless it's underneath something. But, you know, I got it, so we gotta wear it. Easy Bake Coven. Yep. Now, the other thing that I got, the piece de resistance or something, is this lovely jack-o'-lantern hat. I cannot say jack-o'-lantern hat for some reason. I keep wanting to say hat. This is a jack-o'-lantern hat. A cap. A chapeau. So we're going to put it on. Yes, it does still have the tag on it, but that just gives it style. So here we are. This is so attractive. I always think I look weird in hats. Maybe I do, but we're trying to be festive. So yeah, enjoy. Or not, I don't know. Okay, so let's get into it. So I do have this movie on DVD, but there's no way to like record it onto my computer. So we're gonna be watching the version that's uploaded on YouTube that is in like 2-minute clips of the whole movie in a playlist. So it's going to be an interesting time. Yeah, so let's watch it. Let's react to it. It'll be fun. Hope you enjoy. If you haven't seen it before, it's a delight. And if you have seen it before, it's still a delight, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's watch it. All right, so we start out with the most iconic song from the Peanuts verse, from the Charlie Brown movies and things, is the song called Linus and Lucy. And all the music in this is done by the Vince Guaraldi Trio. I've listened to so much of their music over the years. Wow, we made it like 6 seconds into this before I started yapping about stuff. But yeah, I love the music in all of this. It's absolutely great. Great to have on in the background. All right, so we have Linus and Lucy. Linus eating an apple. He took one bite out of that. Don't waste an apple. I'm glad that he was responsible and threw it into the trash can, but don't waste apples. Apples are delicious. I love the colors. You know what? I just love 2D animation. Like, I know a lot of movies these days are like very CGI and like 3D and stuff like that, but there's something just so soothing and wonderful about 2D animation. A big red ball, which I assume is the sun in the background. All right, we're going into the pumpkin patch. Oh, no. They do not meet Lucy's approval. Okay, I see what we're going for here. Linus carrying a giant pumpkin. I did not get a pumpkin this year. I haven't had a pumpkin in a really long time, actually. Yeah, that's the end of my story, apparently. Me when I'm coming home from the store after buying too many groceries. Oh, very inventive. Okay. He's a thinker. We're rolling the pumpkin. Okay, the pumpkin is rolling us. Well done, Linus. You're doing a good job. Okay, we have a giant butcher knife. This seems safe for children of this age.
You didn't tell me you were gonna kill it.
It is rather violent, isn't it? Like just stabbing into the pumpkin and pulling out its guts, and then possibly oven roasting them and eating them. Roasted pumpkin seeds are very delicious. Nice bats. Bats are cute. I don't think they're scary. Okay, those pumpkins are a little bit scary. Skeletons are a little bit scary. What kinds of things do you find scary? Like, for me, obviously, real life is very scary. I used to be super afraid of the weeping angels from Doctor Who. Zombies freak me out. But yeah, since I started playing horror games, my threshold for horror has definitely risen, but I'm not good with any kind of like gore or violence or things like that. So, but in terms of like scary things, I would say weeping angels very scary, zombies very scary. That was a large cat. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Hooray! I love the colors in this. It's so autumnal and cozy. Okay, we have Snoopy and some lovely falling leaves from an oak tree. Thank you very much, 7th grade natural sciences. That is a very large pile of leaves. Oh my god. Who doesn't like a lollipop as big as your head? No, don't jump into the leaves with your lollipop. Okay.
Never jump into a pile of leaves with a wet sucker.
Words for the ages.
I've got a football.
Oh god.
How about practicing a few place kicks? I don't mind your dishonesty half as much as I mind your opinion of me.
One thing I really like about these movies, and I think a lot of people find really charming, is that all the lines are done by real kids. And as a result, they're not the best acted lines. And like the way that they're written obviously is meant for them to sound a little bit older and be kind of funny in the fact that little kids are saying these things. But it's really charming somehow. Like oh no, my storage is almost full. My disc is almost full. Oh no, and everything's falling apart. Okay, what was I saying? It's really charming the fact that these are like real little kids reading these lines.
Oh, come on, Charlie Brown. No.
Stick to your guns, Charlie Brown. You can't trust her. You know this.
You just want me to come running up to kick that ball so you can pull it away and see me land flat on my back and kill myself.
These days, Charlie Brown, we say unalive myself so we don't get demonetized.
This time you can trust me. Here's a signed document. It is signed.
Ah, you poor sweet fool.
I guess if you have a signed document in your possession, you can't go wrong.
Poor sweet Charlie Brown. You have to admire him. He keeps trying to kick that football.
Peculiar thing about this document, it was never notarized. Dear Great Pumpkin,
I love that the background is just solid pink.
I hope you will bring me lots of presents. On Halloween night, the Great Pumpkin flies through the air with this bag of toys for all the children. When are you going to stop believing in something that isn't true? When you stop believing in that fellow who goes ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, Linus is definitely my favorite character.
We are obviously separated by denominational differences.
You're not wrong.
Writing a letter to a stupid pumpkin? You make me the laughing stock of the neighborhood. There are 3 things I have learned never to discuss with people: religion, politics, and the Great Pumpkin.
Good advice, Linus. What? Just random people wandering in. He's presumably in his home, in the pink room, and just random people are just wandering in.
You're wasting your time. The Great Pumpkin is a fake. Everyone tells me you are a fake, but I believe in you. If you really are a fake, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
If you really are a fake, don't tell me. I don't want to know. You know, I respect it. Here we have someone else wandering into the pinkness.
What are you doing, Linus?
I do love Sally. So my grandma used to call me her sweet baboo. Not just me, but, you know, a lot of her grandkids. But we would visit my grandma every week because she didn't live far away. So on Saturday, we would go to grandma's house. And as we were leaving, we would have our hugs, goodbye, and she would like hug me and rock me back and forth and call me her sweet baboo. And that's a very nice memory that I have of my grandma. And of course, Sally is the one who calls Linus her sweet baboo.
I'm waiting for my sweet baboo. I am not your sweet baboo. Wouldn't you like to sit with me in the pumpkin patch on Halloween night and wait for the Great Pumpkin? What's going on here? What are you trying to do to my little sister?
Yeah, I mean, Linus definitely gives. How long was it going to take before we went in a queer direction here? But Linus gives asexual or just generally queer vibes. So I don't think you necessarily need to be worried about him, being interested in your sister. But who knows? Maybe he's a bi king. Where are all the adults? They're just off somewhere going, wah, 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 wah.
I got an invitation to a Halloween party.
Halloween party. Have I ever been to a Halloween party? There was one time when my friends and I got together at one of our houses and had a sleepover and like watched horror movies, like slasher flicks and stuff. And then my friend's grandmother put on a Jason mask and tried to scare us, and she succeeded. But yeah, I don't think I've ever been to like a full-on Halloween party. I love the welcome great pumpkin sign. Oh, what happened? Oh dear. Oh, we jumped? We jumped ahead a lot. Oh no, have we missed? Are we missing some of the movie here? Shit. Oh yeah, we're missing so much. No. Okay, do I have to do a free trial of Apple TV so that we can fucking watch this? Okay, we're doing a free trial of Apple TV. I just have to make sure that I cancel it before I get charged for it, because yeah, this is not okay. Like we have to be able to watch this. All right, back to Linus in the pumpkin patch. All right, we're making our Halloween costumes. I don't think I ever made a Halloween costume. It was always either we bought it or my mom made it. But then again, they exist in a world where adults are just off somewhere doing something, leaving them to their own devices, so it makes sense.
That stupid blockhead of a brother of mine is out in the pumpkin patch making his yearly fool of himself. Every year, Linus misses tricks or treats.
If he's done this many years in a row, it's very impressive that he has not been discouraged yet by the lack of the Great Pumpkin appearing.
Do I get to go trick-or-treating this year, Big Brother? Sure, Sally. Ring the doorbell and say tricks or treats. Are you sure it's legal?
Are you sure it's legal?
Where is Charlie Brown? Here I am.
Honestly, that would be me.
I had a little trouble with the scissors.
Got Snoopy, the World War I flying ace. I love the background art, like the way the sky looks and the trees and the grass, and just, it's really beautiful.
Have you come to sing pumpkin carols?
Pumpkin carols! Oh, pumpkin patch, oh, pumpkin patch. I'll work on it.
He'll come here because I have the most sincere pumpkin patch and he respects sincerity.
The most sincere pumpkin patch. I love Linus.
I thought little girls were innocent and trusting. Welcome to the 20th century.
Seriously, get on board. Oh, and apparently this came out on my birthday in, October 27th, 1966 is the day this came out. So like 16 years before I was born. How is that only 16 years? Good Lord. Anyway, they start walking away, but Sally looks back. The power of the crush is too strong.
I'm glad you came back, Sally. We'll just sit here in this pumpkin patch and you'll see the great pumpkin with your own eyes.
Honestly, this would be me. Like, there's very little I would not do to hang out with someone I had a crush on, even if it meant sitting in a pumpkin patch all night. Actually, that sounds quite nice. I mean, I would be cold, so we would need snacks. We would need hot drinks. Oh no, maybe we have to sit close. Maybe we have to sit close together for warmth. I don't know.
If you try to hold my hand, I'll slug you.
The fact that Sally has such a crush on him, but she still threatens him if he dares to hold her hand.
Each year, the great pumpkin rises out of the pumpkin patch that he thinks is the most sincere.
Where did he get this from? Like, the idea of sincere pumpkin patches.
Look all around and there's not a sign of hypocrisy.
There's not a sign of hypocrisy. Wow. I have not encountered many hypocritical pumpkin patches, but I have not encountered many pumpkin patches, so.
Nothing but sincerity as far as the eye can see.
The writing in this is fascinating. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat.
Can I have an extra piece of candy for my stupid brother? He's sitting in a pumpkin patch, waiting for the great pumpkin.
You know, Lucy, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to explain.
I got 5 pieces of candy. I got a quarter. I got a rock.
I got a rock. I don't know how trick-or-treating was back in the day. In my day, like the whole idea of trick or treat is like give us a treat or we'll do a trick on you, I thought. Not like give me a trick or a treat. So like when I was a kid, it was always just candy, 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 and the folks next door who gave out Bible verses. But yeah, never rocks.
Gee, I got a candy bar. Boy, I got 3 cookies. I got a rock.
Oh, okay. So here's an important question. What is your favorite Halloween candy? So when I was young, and so mine was probably Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Kit Kats were my all-time favorites. I mean, all the candy, obviously good, but chocolate, top tier. Nestle's Crunch is pretty good. Snickers, pretty good. But Reese's and Kit Kats were my favorite. How about you?
Trick or treat.
I love also that they're just like this is such an interesting different time where to go trick or treating, they get sheets, they cut holes in them for eyes so they're ghosts. They have just paper bags for their treat bags. It's a very different obviously environment than what I grew up with or what you see a lot of the time these days.
I got a rock.
So many rocks.
Whatever happened to the World War I flying ace? His mission is to find the Red Baron and shoot him down.
Oh, here we go. It's time for the requisite Snoopy fantasy sequence. Yeah, I love that they included these sections. And like in a lot of kids shows when someone is having like a fantasy sequence or pretending about something, you kind of see what they're seeing. But here, I like how we still see that he's just sitting on his doghouse, not actually flying a plane. Though now he's blue for some reason. Yeah, then again, if they had shown us what he was doing, he's literally firing machine guns at another plane, so maybe that's not appropriate. It was the 60s, I mean, who's to say? Actual bullets flying past Snoopy's head. Just some good old-fashioned Halloween fun. And that doghouse can take a beating. Oh, apparently not anymore. Okay, Snoopy's made his peace with death. Okay. He managed to land the doghouse. And off he goes. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Look at that. Like, that art is so beautiful. It's very watercolory. Okay, we're going through the trenches. It's the wholesome World War I experience. I mean, when this came out, it had only been like 20 years since World War II had ended.
And let's get going. It's time for the Halloween party.
Yay, time for the party. Let's go. Charlie Brown has a bag full of rocks.
Has the great pumpkin been by?
Ha 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 ha.
All right, where is he? He'll be here. Nothing but sincerity as far as the eye can see.
Nothing but sincerity as far as the eye can see. All right, it's Halloween party time.
You'll have to model for us.
Oh no.
You want me to model? If we shape the eyes like this and the nose like this.
This poor kid. Like, it's so fascinating that the whole point of Charlie Brown, the character, is that people just continue to treat him like crap. Like, poor boy. All right, back to Snoopy, making his way through the French countryside. It's so interesting that they trusted kids to be patient enough to like sit through just Snoopy just creeping through the countryside. I do feel like one of the unfortunate downsides of kids media these days is that it's all so fast-paced and like in your face, loud. It's like they're trying to keep and hold the kids' attention. So it's just like blah, 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 blah. It's just constant overstimulation to the extent where I feel like kids can't really sit and just like be still for a while. I don't know. Bobbing for apples. Oh my God. Have you ever bobbed for apples? I definitely tried to do this at home at some point because you see this all the time in kids media, or at least we did back in the day. But never did I go to a party and they were like, yes, let's.
Blech! My lips touch dog lips!
It's a long way to Tipperary. Got Schroeder playing some classic World War I songs. Again, like, did kids at the time know these songs? When your playlist switches to a sad song, pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Let it out, buddy. The way he goes into a howl and then looks so embarrassed. Oh, here comes the pumpkin patch.
What's that? What's that? I hear the great pumpkin. There he is. He's rising up out of the pumpkin patch. Did I faint? What did he leave us? You blockhead! You kept me up all night waiting for the great pumpkin. And all that came was a beagle. Also, what a fool I was.
What a fool I was.
You owe me restitution.
You owe me restitution. You tell him, Sally.
You heard about fury in a woman scorned, haven't you? That's nothing compared to the fury of a woman who has been cheated out of tricks or treats.
You're not wrong.
If the great pumpkin comes, I'll still put in a good word for you.
Linus's faith is unshaken.
I said if. I meant when he comes.
Poor Linus. All right, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Linus is still out in the pumpkin patch. Small child, out all night. Yeah, Lucy, obviously not the nicest character, but nice to her brother here at least.
I went trick-or-treating and all I got was a bag full of rocks.
It does feel a lot like we go trick-or-treating and all we get is a bag full of rocks. It's always next year. There's always 4 years from now.
And the great pumpkin never showed up? Nope. Don't take it too hard, Linus. I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, too. Stupid? What do you mean, stupid? Just wait till next year, Charlie Brown. You wait, Charlie Brown. The great pumpkin will appear.
Wow. All right, so that was the end of It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So yeah, definitely a classic. A lot of great lines and just a fun, cozy watch for the fall season or Halloween. And yeah, do you believe in the Great Pumpkin? Would you sit in a pumpkin patch because your crush says the Great Pumpkin will come? I don't know, but I would probably. Okay, well, that's the end of that. I feel like I didn't have a lot to say, which I'm used to doing reactions to things that are, no offense to this movie, a bit deeper. And so I don't know if this will be interesting at all or if anyone will watch it, but it's done. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to do something Halloween-y. So if you feel like it, please leave a like or a comment. They help a lot. It's really difficult to get videos seen these days on YouTube. They make it very challenging. So if you have a second to give the video a like, drop a comment, things like that, it does really help. And yeah, also I just like hearing from you. So feel free to say hello in the comments and let me know your thoughts about this movie or your favorite Halloween movies, your favorite Halloween candy. Halloween. Tell me something related to Halloween, or if you do not celebrate Halloween, something about fall or autumn, or just whatever randomness comes into your head. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Huge thanks to our patrons who are amazing, fantastic, wonderful, spectacular, awesome, the greatest of pumpkins, and a special shout out to our Nick Nelson members: Kent Smither, Kim Engel, Paul Z, Courtney McAlexander, Angela Moondragon, and Tanya. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever time of day it may happen to be. I'll see you next time. And also, have a very happy Halloween! Ooh, jack-o'-lantern.